And we are back with another week edition of Wednesday Wrap Up with the Black Comic Lords. What's up, everybody?
What's up?
Hey.
I just threw like 5 cups of coffee and of adrenaline into the mix, and you guys come back with
Hey.
Surely, with our super guest of the week, Mr. Bryant Wilson, aka C Bizzle, aka the Sea Dog. What's up, man?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just glad to be on here with you guys.
Oh, it's a blessing to have you here, man. What you been up to?
Shooting videos. Just did my top 10, 2023 new comic books. And
for those of you who don't know, C Bizzle here has a great YouTube channel called Couchin' and Slouchin' with C Bizzle. Award-winning channel, by the way. You won an award last year, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I was nominated.
Nominated for one of the best YouTubers on the nets.
Correct.
So make sure you check his channel out and give him a follow and subscribe to his channel.
Appreciate you.
So what are we doing this week? I mean, what happened? This is our Wednesday wrap up. We got to wrap up what happened over the last 7 days. Who wants to lead off?
I got some back issues.
Angel.
I'm always kidding.
There are few Black comic lords that stalk their prey in the LCS as Angel does.
Yes, I like to hunt for comic books out in the wild.
Hunt.
Yes.
Extra emphasis on the hunt. She is a predator when it comes to these comics, man. She's absolutely fantastic.
Oh, and a good deal. Let's see. So, I was looking for Fantastic Four 243. Not easy to find. There was nothing really spectacular about it. It was just trying to fill in some holes for volume 1 of Fantastic Four, so I found that. To be honest, it's hard to remember. I wanted to make sure. Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure I got the complete 1 through 10 for Volume 1 of Thundercats because that launches next month from Dynamite. So I have been able to complete that, thank goodness, and they're all VFs. So
Nice.
that's my flex for the night.
That's your flex? It's not a flex until you put it on the screen. You have to pull the books out and
Oh
show
man,
it.
no, they already
Throw
put
it in our
away.
faces. Like
Yeah,
Derek
no.
can show you. Derek can show you. Although
He
Derek's
has
not a
a
throw it in
wall
your face. He's
display.
more of a let me put it in the wall behind me.
I don't have any
Right.
flex material. I don't have flex
I got some
material with me, just behind me. Hold on,
little
Brian,
flex.
joining. Here we go.
Little
Hold
flex. This is a small
Addict
flex.
number 1.
I got this for $23.
No.
Yeah, a gentleman had it. He had a 9.6 for $27, but somebody bought it before I got to it,
Mhm.
so I had to
Oh.
settle
And
for
where was this
92.
at?
This was on Instagram. Gentleman, you could tell. I could tell he did not know what he had.
No,
He had
not.
4 of them, and I was lucky enough to get that one before somebody claimed it. So I now have the raw copy and now slabbed.
I mean,
Wow.
just to get that at a raw at $20 is a steal.
It's hard, it's difficult.
It costs
yeah.
more just to get it slabbed.
It costs more just to get it slabbed. I mean, how much does it cost to slab a book, Derek?
I don't know, $30 to $40 at least. I don't know.
So any slab that you get for less than $30 or $40 is automatically a steal by the fact that you're paying less than what it costs just to slab the book.
Exactly.
Hey, let's just take a moment to shout out some of the people in our chat. First of all, Amir, 1 in 100,
Wayne.
salute. Pericles, thanks for joining us again. Wayne, how's it going? Bot Boy, good to see you again. Just me, look at this. My son thought I was in a Zoom meeting and kept saying hi to you guys.
Aww.
Hey, Just me, son, how are you doing?
Hi, son.
Hey, it's good to meet you. And then NBA Live Girl, as always, thanks for joining us. Let's see. A few other comments. Amazing deal, Brian. That's me.
Yeah.
Oh, big. How's it going? Good to see you. Did you change your image? Is that a new one? I think it might be. And then Dothverse. I never knew exactly how to pronounce. How's it going? Good to see you again. So thanks to everybody in the chat for joining us. So that said, Paul, you ready to look at this week's comics?
I am, but I'm trying to find. You know what we should do? This is more of an internal thing, but we should. We should have like a flex Friday.
Oh boy.
You mean on the? You mean like a Flex Friday in the community?
In the community, yeah.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, I hear that.
We need to have a Flex Friday,
but we have to have a theme. We have to have a theme. Otherwise, everybody throws the same flex out every time.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah.
So should the theme be like Bronze Age or Copper Age Flex Friday or Milestone Flex Friday?
Yeah, I mean, you could title it like that.
Yeah, we could. Hey, let's get to this.
Everybody in the chat, when you have an opportunity, what do you think our first Flex Friday theme should be? What's the books that we should ask everyone to flex?
Just put that in the chat. And while we're talking about the chat, Bo Big, thank you very much for our first super chat of the evening. So
thank you.
In honor of that, I'm just gonna cue up Paul's favorite super chat video.
All right.
Oh, big as usual. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Gordon, what's going on? My brother in Weird Fantasy 18, and keep fingers crossed we might have a Weird Fantasy 18 focused show coming up soon. So,
wait, how many people have that book?
How many people? Not sure. Chat, hit 1 if you have this book.
I do not.
Yeah.
Wow, that was kind of like a reverse flex. So I'm just gonna point that out.
Why? You're accusing yourself already.
Who
See how
has
few
a
people
weird
have the book.
fantasy?
Because
Gonna
in
have
a
a
few
group
minutes, Derek's be
meeting.
like, "So
There you
no
go.
one's responded with the one in the chat." Oddly enough, as he has the book sitting behind him. Anyway, so let's
Right.
talk about our books. Look, this is a light week in terms
It
of
was a
books
light
that came
week.
out. It was, but
Hey, hold on.
oddly
We
enough,
got some. Hold on. We got some answers to the question. Just get to that quickly. So,
Black
Black
Panther
Panther
covers flex.
flex.
That might be too easy. Everyone's got Black Panther.
And then milestone #1 issues. So we got 2 proposals so far.
I like the
Milestone #1
milestone.
issues.
I like that one. The milestone.
All right. Keep the ideas coming. Keep the
Milestone
ideas
flex?
coming. Yeah, we'll let Paul be the judge. He sees
Black
plenty
Keys.
of them a week.
Black
so.
Keys flex.
How many people have static number 50? Wait,
Ooh.
which is the Mobius one?
I can't remember. Are you on, Mike Carson? I'll look it up quickly.
How many people have the Mobius cover for static?
Static 45.
45.
45. Okay.
Yeah, 45.
Now you're gonna have me look it up on eBay.
Yeah. Just to be prepared. Okay.
It's not an easy book to find.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Here, I'll put it on screen quickly, just in case anybody's curious.
Because that was towards the end of the static run, so the print counts were already low as it was.
So this one here.
How much is that one selling for?
Only 105 euros.
Euros.
Yeah. Pot Boy says he wishes. Yeah, a lot of us do. All my milestone covers are on the wall if frames still in the plastic. Okay.
That's what's up.
Uh-oh, NBA Live girl. You need to get my dad's milestone books ASAP. Yeah, so like I said, Paul, I think Paul's going to be the judge on the ideas. So submit your ideas, and I guess by the end of the show, he'll come up with his verdict.
Yeah, we'll come up with our Flex Friday verdict. All right, so in terms of what came out this week, very light week. But interestingly enough, a very Black indie heavy week. 3 major books in the Black indie community. First, starting off with Acolyte #4. Shout out to Concrete Comics. And I think there were wasn't there a variant to this? Let's see. Oh, that's not a good look.
Only see one there. We need to check the site.
Here's the other one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is Acolyte 3. So for some reason, Acolyte 3 and 4 are both slated to come out this week.
Oh,
I don't know why.
That's different.
But here's Acolyte 3.
Okay.
Frustrated, you saying you still haven't gotten your Acolyte books, or I can't remember. Are you the one who said you ordered them from your store and you never got them at all?
I went to my LCS today to pick up these 3 specific books, and they said they did not have them all. They did not have them at all. I don't know if that's the same case with other people. If you got Acolyte, Empath, or Dead Detective this week, please let me know. Because my LCS, they didn't get it. So I need to determine whether or not they screwed me over on my or not.
I surely hope not.
That
the
would be
only mainstream
a
book
problem.
that came out, Amazon's Attack #4.
Mm-hmm.
which I only buy because of Nubia
Yes.
and Fiza, who's this other black Amazonian, who's the leader of basically their Egyptian tribe.
Yes.
So that's kind of cool. Interesting. This is just me. I can be sensitive about these things sometimes. I
Right.
did not like this cover. This is the main cover for this book. Why is it our women of color are crawling up this hill and grabbing the hand of their white savior at the top of the hill? Is it just me?
No.
It's probably
No.
just me.
No, it's not.
I'll peep
I
it out
just
as
get
soon
I
as you
just get
post
a,
that
a whole
picture.
It's
bunch of
problems.
white savior tropes from this cover. I did not like this cover at all.
It's problems.
Yeah.
Is it? So it's not just me.
No, it's not just
Mm-mm.
you.
No,
It's
no.
problems.
Mm-mm.
I mean, other covers weren't like that. I mean, you got Nubia and Fize
No.
at the top here. They really
NBA
seem to.
Live Girl agreeing with
This
you,
is
Paul.
Amazon's attack book, but why are all the covers centering around Mary Marvel? I don't know.
Let's
I don't know.
see. Gordon
Yeah.
also saying it's not you, terrible cover. Not this cover, but the previous one.
Yeah, that was
Dothverse agreeing as well. Hey, question. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, Amani's asking a question of frustrated. You guys handle that in the chat. We'll see what the answer is going to be.
Empath number 3. Shout out to our boy Brian Hawkins. I'm gonna bring Brian on the show so he can talk about this book. Brian's cutting a lot of deals, making deals. I believe he just made a deal with Advent Comics, where his imprint, Black's Trauma, is going to be on Advent Comics. So
Nice.
this is what we want to see. This is what we talk about. Where
Yes.
we're constantly talking about in the space about how we have Black creator-owned comics,
Black-owned real estate.
Black-owned real. That's really what it is, Derek. We're talking about Black-owned real estate. We're talking about our 40 acres in a mule in comics. When you publish your own books, you can control what content goes in those books. You can control the vision of what you put out there. You can control the narrative, and that's controlling your reality of what comics are for you and your fans. That's it's important. And you got these two talents coming together with Advent and Brian Hawkins' Black's Trauma. I'm excited about that. I'm terribly excited. Shout out and hats off to both those guys, Tony Cottrell and Brian Hawkins.
Good
Proud of
job.
those guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of the thing that often bothers me about us and making moves like that is getting our egos out of the way and getting out of our crabs in the barrel mentality. And I love to see guys get beyond that and do some good things. So mainstream books wise, we talked about the Amazon's attack. We'll get to this one in a second. Spawn 349 came out for your Spawn fans. But let's be honest. This is probably one of the biggest books of the week. Resurrection of Magneto. Now, this is written by Al Ewing. And for those of you who have been living under a rock or are new to comics, Al Ewing is one of those writers, one of those non-melanated writers who gets it, who can write Black characters with dignity and agency and respect. He's one of my favorite writers. The guy just doesn't miss. He's written some of the dopest series of all time. He wrote Sword, X-Men Red. He wrote the Ultimates. He wrote Mighty Avengers.
Yeah.
I think that was his first book. I mean, British guy gets his first Marvel book. What does he do? He puts together Black Avengers.
Yes.
That's Al Ewing. And he put on some of the dopest characters on those teams too. He has much love and affection for Storm. And although this book is titled Resurrection of Magneto, This is a Storm book. Just like Sword was a Storm book. Just like X-Men Red was a Storm book. All written by him. This was a dope book. If you are a Storm fan, if you are familiar with Storm's history, this is the book for you.
Absolutely.
Did any of you guys get a chance to pick this up yet?
Nope.
I know
it's still at my LCS.
Yeah, it just came out today. This is the only book I could get today.
I'll tell you one thing though. I did pre-order this and the rest of the series as well.
Yeah.
That's what you have to do.
This is going to be a dope series.
Absolutely. Paul, did you get a chance to read this one yet?
What, this one? Yes, I did.
Okay.
So for those of you who follow X-Men comics, Magneto's dead. He asked to die, basically, in that he doesn't want to be resurrected anymore. He specifically said, if I die, don't resurrect me, don't bring me back. He died valiantly for the sake of the mutant cause on Arakko. But, things have died down in Arakko, and Storm's trying to bring him back. So she goes to what's called the place in between dimensions. I forget the technical term. The waiting room, something like that, which is kind of like purgatory for all intents and purposes. And she has to try and go through her trials and tribulations to bring him back. But in that journey, you get to see her recount even in the word bubbles in her own head, her own narration. She's going through her life, and she's talking about her life, and she's talking about her loves. She talks about her relationship with Craig, the corny dude, who I can't stand because he's not T'Challa.
Oh my God. Be done with it.
Yeah, fine. I'm Team T'Choro forever. I always will be. It's fine. But she talks about her relationship with this dude, and she's like, you know what? With Craig, he's not a superhero. He's not a soldier. He's not a mutant. He's not a king. He's just a dude.
He's an astronaut.
He's a dude who loves me. Yeah, astronauts. They're a dime a dozen.
Wow.
He's like, he just loves me for me. And I don't have to be one of these characters, one of these mantles with him. I can just be myself. And she slight spoiler alert. Adam Brashear makes an appearance in this book.
She throwing a little bit of shade at him, right? She's throwing a little bit of shade at him, though.
I'm getting to that. So she asked a huge Herculean science big brain geek task of her.
Are you spoiling anything? Do I need to put a spoiler alert out here, Paul?
No. I'm not going to go into detail on that. All I'm saying is she asked something of him, much the same way people ask like a Reed Richards or Tony Stark when they've got a big problem they need to solve. But as she's watching him work to try and help her solve this problem, she's talking about, wow, I see this guy and I see how brilliant he is. And I could see how Monica Rambeau would like that. But on the other hand, I could also see why she broke up with the dude. And it's kind of like, damn, you talked about two brothers who are icons in the Black superhero community, Black Panther and Blue Marvel. Guys that, these are guys that guys would want to be, and you would assume women would want to be with them. And you've got two of the most major women superheroes rejecting them, right? You've got Storm rejecting T'Challa and Monica Rambeau rejecting Blue Marvel. And it's kind of like, I can see why someone would leave somebody like that, because he's kind of this big brain guy, and it's the same thing with T'Challa. And it's like, what is it with? I don't. That's a story for another day, but that's certainly a conversation or analysis I would like to dive into once I've had an opportunity to let my brain.
So you previewed like the first.
So
4 or 5
you
pages,
wait. So you open up a can of worms and you want to put it on the shelf?
Well, if you don't want to get into it, you can. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we need people a chance to read this.
I'm still trying to absorb that concept
Oh no!
that Ewing put in there. that you have these two iconic black male superheroes, and they're both rejected by two of the most iconic black woman superheroes and Marvel. What does that say?
Well, there's two sides to that coin, and as many discussions that we had, there's that stereotype and that agenda to keep the possibility of a stable black family, black couple out of the limelight. That's one.
Keep going.
That's one. That's one side of the coin. The other side of the coin, if someone's deep enough, having all these accolades does not mean that your relationship material. Sometimes, and it goes both ways, this is not just a guy thing or a woman thing. Sometimes when you've accomplished so much, you forget how to connect to another person. So one is the agenda, the other is the reality of relationships. You could be the $1 million guy and have the car, the house, and you know, all the women chasing you, but when it comes time to actually connect to someone, you fumble the ball because you haven't grown who you are as a person. You're not solid in the one-on-one. You're solid in success, but there's other types of success, and people forget that.
Hold on just a second, Angel.
Message.
There you go. You're preaching. You're preaching. Keep going.
That was absolutely concise, insightful, and astute observations, Angel. But from my perspective, damn that! I want black super love.
Well, that's the first side of the coin. Now you're talking about the agenda.
I want black super love. If you were to say, who are the 4 dopest black superhero characters in Marvel, these 4 would be at the top of my list. Black Panther, Storm, Monica Rambeau, and Blue Marvel. If these 2 couples were to stay together and have kids, ain't nobody talking about Fantastic Four. Just like when Reggie Hudlin did his Black to the Future Black Panther annuals, where he projected out the future of Black Panther and Storm and the children and grandchildren they had, and the logical conclusion was they take over the whole freaking world.
Yep.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want that. I want to see that.
I want it too, but the agenda won't let us have it.
So
exactly.
Cue the people in the chat going to say, if you want that, you're going to have to go to Black Indies because Marvel ain't going to do that. You're right.
So
you know the answer.
I have a question. So what black love we got now? Like, is it just Miles and
Starling?
Is that the only one?
Only black super love couple in a continuing, ongoing mainstream comic book. Just let that sink in. The only one. The only one. I'm not talking about miniseries. I'm not talking about one-shots. I'm not talking about a series that ended last year. I'm talking about in an ongoing comic book right now. Miles and Starling. That's it. That's disrespectful.
So just
hundreds
quickly,
of black comic superheroes.
So Paul, I want to go back to a few of these comments when we first started talking about this book.
Blade and Saffron aren't together. Wayne Ashford said, "You forgot Blade and Saffron and their daughter."
Yeah,
they're a family, but Blade and Saffron aren't together. He out there with what's her face in his book.
So you see this question from Frustrated, Paul.
What's frustrated? Where's the frustrated question?
When he moved to do what they did in the past.
But will he move to do what they did in the past where they have Storm dating Magneto? I don't think so. I think the dialogue in the book really sort of established that Storm views Magneto as a close friend. She repeatedly said that. She didn't really, there wasn't any intimations of her having any type of romantic interest in Magneto, and in fact, her motivation was much more of this. It was she took on the role of what Charles Xavier is in the X-Men. That's her role in X-Men comic books right now. Charles Xavier is pretty much non-existent in the X books right now. Storm has become the new Charles Xavier, and Charles is Magneto's best friend. And you could see him going on this journey to try and save his best friend. That's the journey that Storm is going on.
Yeah, Storm's a better version of what Charles Xavier wants to be.
Right. And she knows it. They had a conversation again. Al Ewing's writing. They had a conversation where Storm told to Charles about himself.
Yep.
Hey, Amani with a topic that then he retracts.
Where's Amani? Interesting topic. White writers invited to the cookout. Know what forgot I asked?
Forget I asked.
First of all,
You know what? Forget I asked.
I'm not much for being one of those people that invites various non-folk to the cookout. However, I will say Al Ewing deserves a plate from the cookout to be brought to him with an aluminum foil on top. You can't come to the cookout, but we'll make you a plate and we'll drop it off to you.
Okay, Pericles, what about Luke Fox and Vixen?
Luke Fox and Vixen. Are they in an ongoing comic right now?
The Outsiders, I believe.
Luke Fox is in Outsiders, but I don't think Vixen's in there.
Okay.
Is she? I haven't read the latest issue though.
Yeah.
Is Vixen in the latest issue?
Not that I know of.
I remember I saw Luke Fox and Vixen. They come together for the first time in that DC special that came out last year.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, okay. Dion's trying to get his disclaimer.
We should have a special show where we put Herschel and Dion on it at the same time to see which one can out-troll each other.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here you go. How about this one? Y'all gave Hickman an invite to the cookout, and all he did was write some Umar Johnson stories in his X books.
Wow. Well.
All right. So what else do we have, Paul?
In terms of books of this week, that's it,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Light
that's
week.
it. Oh, okay.
Not much happening.
That was it, bro.
One more comment from Frustrated. The reason they separated Storm from T'Challa because they are doing an Onslaught storyline that was at the end of the original X-Men book.
The reason they separated Storm from T'Challa is because they were doing an Onslaught story in the original. I don't get what that means.
It was a one shot called The Original X-Men, and there is not futuristic, but another Earth where,
alternate timeline.
Yeah, alternate timeline where Onslaught was actually in Jean Grey's body, and so now there's something else going on outside of that. So it was a decent read.
You have to give me that one shot. Wayne Ashford, I already beat you to the punch and gave you your line. I mean, where have you been? That was 5 minutes ago where I said someone in the chat is going to queue up this line that comes up in every live we do.
Okay, so Kenneth is asking Storm is solo again. No, we didn't say that.
Craig.
Kenneth. Yeah, she has Craig.
Excrement.
She got Craig the corny dude.
Let it go.
Louisiana Kid, what's up? Good to have you in the chat again. What are you saying, Dion? Here, you ought to pitch this comic series. Herschel and Dion trolls in the Marvel Universe would be a 6-issue run with full freedom for us to do whatever we want.
Oh man!
Okay.
See, y'all messing around. You understand? He's basically telling you what he and Herschel have planned, right?
Oh yeah.
That will pop up on the net next week. Watch.
So if that's all the books, I guess we move to the next segment.
What's our next segment? I have no idea what we're doing.
Community topic. So, Paul, do you want to pull up some of the?
I'm gonna get in trouble for this.
Oh yeah, I know what you're gonna bring up.
Look, I got some heat for posting this.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
We can take the heat. Nothing wrong with a little heat.
Nothing wrong with a little. So yeah, you're not the one getting the heat, Angel.
You can handle it. You can handle it.
All right, so let's
celebrate the people. You want?
Let's see.
I'm not a fan of what's happening in.
Can you see the screen? Let me see if you can see the screen.
Yeah, we can see it and hear
seen
We
this
can
video
see it
before.
and hear it. Yeah.
Comic books right now. They're changing all the genders and ethnicities of their most famous characters because they want to diversify comics. Diversifying comics is a great idea, but the way they're doing it is wrong to me.
Now I'm going to pause it right there.
Mhm.
The problem people have is this is a comedy sketch. I don't know this guy. I've never seen this comedy before. Is he the greatest comedian in the world? No.
I don't know him.
No. But he's making, but the thing with comedy is you make statements that are out of this world, exaggerated for the purposes of making your point, for it to be comedic. It can be hit or miss. And people were taking various things and examples that he was giving literally and challenging that and focusing on the outskirts of the comedy he's trying to do and not listening to the message. The message is what he just said. I'm all for increasing diversity, but I have problems with the way that they're doing it. People skipped over that point completely.
They're just taking a character that's been around forever and changing his gender and ethnicity and acting like that's not going to stand out to anybody. How about create some new characters?
That's the point.
Yep.
What the whole point of this video was just right there. Now, what happens afterward is he starts to do his examples of the comedy routine, which people found objectionable. But ultimately, that's the most important thing of what he said. I think having diversity in comics is good. Have no problems with it. All for it. But I have problems with how they're doing it. They're changing genders and race of characters. How about you simply create new characters? Which is what we talk about all the time.
How about actually celebrate the people you want to celebrate instead of just shoehorning in a new... You don't think it's going to stand out? You've been reading Batman.
Celebrate the people that you want to celebrate. Like, what's next month? Black History Month, right? What is Marvel DC coming out with? Marvel's got the Marvel Voices. DC's got the
power.
DC Power book. They're celebrating the people that they want to celebrate, right? That's the whole point of these books. And yet, his point is, why don't we celebrate them by giving them new black superheroes or new women superheroes? Why switch characters around when you can create new ones that people can vibe with?
Entire life, and then one day you open Bat.
What was that, Angel?
Oh, I got one better. There are thousands of indie comics that are absolutely excellent. You know, the bigger industry publishers, the big two, you got Marvel and DC, and then you have, you know, Dark Horse, and all of them have access to thousands of IP that already have a fan base. Invite them to be part of the bigger picture as a new hero to that universe. You know what I mean?
I agree with you 100%. There's nothing that you said I disagree with. But I think it's not a question of whether black indies should be challenged to do that, because, or any independent comics for that matter, should be challenged to do that because they already do it. They've been doing it. You see more black characters and more diversity and more inclusion in indie comics right now than we've ever seen in the history of comics.
Right.
So that's not, they've met the challenge in many respects. But the reality is that both Marvel and DC dominate the industry, and they're the ones who are lagging behind. And you guys are supposed to be at the forefront. You sell the most comics in the world, and you're behind the rest of comic bookdom on this particular matter. And it's an easy thing.
So Paul, just quickly, we got a super chat from Frustrated Sports Fans. I just wanted to go in and...
thank you, Frustrated. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Frustrated.
It's a very good analogy. So let me just finish playing this.
Batman, and he's like, "Oh, Robin, oh, I gotta go pray to Mecca over this Joker situation right now. This is a real tough deal. We need diversity here at Marvel. Great, boss. Should I stay late and create some new characters? Nope. Drew a pussy on Thor. We're good. Let's hit happy hour." I'm not a fan of what's happening in comic books right now. They're changing all the gender.
So that's that.
All right.
That was the thing.
So
That was the thing.
So Paul, take a look at this comment from Frustrated.
Hold on. I can't get this thing to stop.
Okay, I'll read it. It's easy to create new characters, but we have seen white counterparts not buy the books because they don't see themselves in the characters.
In what characters? The black characters? The new
Correct. So, for example,
yeah, that's the other flip side of the flip side of the equation, which is maddening. So even when the new characters are created, the question is, are y'all going to buy them? Because there are and this is not to say Marvel and DC do not create new black characters or new women characters. They do so all the time, not as much as I'd like, but they do so. The problem is people don't buy the books. That's the second leg of the problem. And the third leg of the problem is even with those new characters that they create, or alternatively, both of these mainstream companies have hundreds upon hundreds of characters at their disposal in their repertoire. They're up on a shelf somewhere. They could simply pull these characters off the shelf and promote them properly. It's one thing to create a character. It's another thing to have them show up in one book one time and never use them again. You've got to promote them. You've got to put them in various issues throughout other books, put them in major crossover storylines, make people know who they are, give them their own series. If you're not willing to do that as a company, the character is never going to flourish. I mean, we're talking about a company that made, as Herschel said, a talking raccoon into an international superstar. Anybody can be made a superstar in comics with the proper promotion. Anyone.
They know how the game works. They know how to create characters. They know how to get them to be in the forefront, to become a common name, to be at the kitchen table. They know all this. They're just not doing it. And
right.
And
look
again,
at Carol Danvers.
Exactly.
Where was Carol Danvers 10 years ago?
Nowhere. No one knew who
Marvel
she was.
made a conscious effort to level up Carol Danvers. They increased her superpowers. They changed her origin. And they put her in prominent positions in Avengers and all these titles. Hell, they put her, Al Ewing put her on the Ultimates team. Marvel made a conscious decision to make Carol Danvers the quote unquote most powerful Avenger of all time. They labeled her that. They promoted her as that. And he became that. And guess what? She had $1 billion freaking movie.
Yep.
Marvel did that with someone that was basically obscure. She was a C-list character 10 years ago.
Yes.
So
don't tell me that they can't simply take an old black character that was created in the 70s and make him into a superstar, or create a new character and make him into a superstar. They can do it. They absolutely can do it.
They're waiting for Rage to have his own book.
Rage. You wait a long time.
So check out this comment from Resident. What's the point of new characters if the stories aren't written well or boring?
Well, that's a separate issue. Are there writers that can write these characters well?
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
We're just talking about Al Ewing, Jonathan Hickman, Chip Zdarsky. I mean, there's superstar writers that are out there. You pay them enough money and say, hey, make this character a superstar, they'll do it. Marvel's shown how they care about Black Panther first movie, made over $1 billion, and Marvel threw him on the back burner, right?
Yeah.
They can make you or break you.
Yeah. Gordon, or give older characters a refresh like John Jennings did with Ghostlight.
Exactly. A perfect example.
But, I'm not going to make excuses for these companies, for Marvel and DC, but at the end of the day, they're corporations, publicly traded, for profit. every single year they got to make more, they got to save more, have a high increased ROI. So
think about that Ghostlight analogy
No,
again.
it's still the agenda.
John Jennings took an original character created by Stan Lee himself.
Yes.
Right? 1969. Technically, this character came out before Sam Wilson. So retroactively, he's kind of Marvel Comics' first African American superhero. That's just my take on it. Because he was drawn and he existed as a heroic character. He didn't have superpowers at the time in Silver Surfer 5, but he was a hero in that book. And he died as a hero and was honored as a hero. He is technically Marvel's first retroactively superhero, African American superhero before Sam Wilson. That should be something that's celebrated and storied. John Jennings brings him back, gives him these cosmic powered superpowers, and he disappears after the run's done.
Into the obscurity.
Why not? Why they subsequently did a new Avengers series. Why not make him an Avenger? Put him on the Avengers. That's how you promote him. Because then people that never picked up the Silver Surfer Ghostlight book is like, who's this Ghostlight guy? Oh, he's pretty powerful. He's on the Avengers team.
Wayne, I'm not sure I understand what you're asking here, but hopefully we can answer your question if you clarify.
I hope you didn't ask
who's Ghostlight.
You think he's asking who's Ghostlight? Yeah, just follow up with this and let us know. We'll answer that if you need us to answer. But speaking of which, I'm hoping my Silver Surfer number 5 that I sent off to CGC will be back, so I can do the unboxing of that one as well in an upcoming Wednesday show.
How y'all feel about Black Superman movie still being in production? Next.
I'm excited for it because if it's Calvin Ellis or any of the other Earth variants, I'm all for it because they existed many decades. People think that's something new, and it's not.
It is not at all.
The problem with the Black Superman movie is that the crazy fanboys are going to hate it.
Yep.
And pan it before even the trailer drops. And they're going to do their campaign to destroy it, much the same way the Marvels got panned and destroyed before the movie ever came out, simply because, oh my gosh, they decided to make an all-women superhero movie, and 2 of the women are women of color? We can't have that.
Yeah.
So that's going to be a problem. And then black people, the Hoteps are going to go crazy and go, I don't want no Black Superman. Y'all pandering to me.
Oh.
So they're going to deride the film. And you're going to have hate from both sides. Right. You're going to have the racists and the black militants on the same side.
Yep.
Which is an odd combination, but it happens more often than I like to see. Okay?
Yeah.
How crazy is that?
People, get educated.
I would love to see the promo. I mean, I should have Herschel do a variant where you have Val Zod on the cover of a comic book, and on one side you've got the Ku Klux Klan protesting him. On the other side, you've got the Black Panther Party protesting him, and both of them are like, "We hate you, Black Superman."
I could just imagine the clickbait on that.
So Wayne clarified his question. Who's Ghostlight? Paul started talking about it a little bit, but Ghostlight is a character that was made. Ghostlight is a character that John Jennings wrote a book about, a series about last year, based on a 1969 character that appeared in Silver Surfer number 5. So basically, this guy died after saving the world and providing a tremendous help to Silver Surfer in the process. And John Jennings basically brought him back to life and gave him superpowers. So now he's a superhero in the Marvel universe. And if you want more information about it, Wayne Ashford, I dropped 2 links to videos I have, or that we have on Black Comic Lords. The first link I gave you is where we kind of gave an initial scoop about the Ghostlight announcement as soon as it hit the waves with Marvel. And then the second one is a link to a Rich Recommends on Silver Surfer number 5. So both those will give you the full background on Ghostlight, and also Albie Harper, who is the human that became Ghostlight.
Yes. And
Yeah, I
if
highly
you like
recommend you
the
check out this
content
series.
so far, please like and share. And we need to pay our bills. So if you please help us. You're our only hope.
Look at this crappy camera I've got. It doesn't work. I can't afford to upgrade it.
So Amani's saying that that they're going to blow this movie up because white and black women will love Michael B. Jordan as Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Would he shave his mustache to play Superman?
They can do the CG like they did for
Oh,
Henry.
God.
Then they do that.
Maybe Superman with a mustache would be
Cavill
funny.
to
I
do
didn't think about that.
He'll CG out his mustache.
Oh no.
Yeah. And is
And
it
if
going
it
to take
keeps it,
guns?
the fanboys were like, Superman doesn't have a mustache. Superman's never had facial hair.
And then Jay is asking the question, is it going to take Guns DC to stick to the material and knock their films out of the park for other companies to change their direction? It's a good question, but I think part of the problem everybody's facing right now is most people are just tired of superheroes in general. So you're going to have something really good, I feel, in order to, rekindle some of the same magic that Marvel Cinematic Universe had, a few years ago.
And we
X-Men would do it.
We'll see. Frustrated, another one, because Angel begged. Call me Obi-Wan.
First of all, Angel did not
Thank
beg.
you, Obi-Wan.
She implored.
Thanks, Frustrated.
Help me, frustrated fans. You're my only hope. His alter ego will keep the stash. That's actually a good idea. He wears a fake mustache as his Ellis, and then he rips off the mustache and says, "I'm Superman."
Hey, Paul, I had a thought. Do we want to take maybe a moment and just talk about a few of the important, noteworthy books that are coming out next week, or any that are on FOC, or any that we should be thinking about for FOC? Maybe take a few minutes for that.
See, this is why this is the part about Wednesday wrap up I don't like. For those of you who don't know, we don't prepare anything for the show. We just hop on and just start talking for the most part.
And then I start putting Paul on the spot on everything.
So you're putting me on the spot.
We're professional collectors.
There's 2 books next week I'm super hyped for.
All right, so we have the listing.
The first book is Harriet Tubman, Demon Slayer.
That's a good one.
Yep.
I love that book. And the other one is Sirens of the City.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Here's our book list for next week. I haven't got a chance to review this, so I'm a little nervous because sometimes stuff pops up on here that shouldn't be on this list. Avengers Twilight number 2. Check out my man Luke Cage looking old as hell.
Mm-hmm.
Old man Cage.
Capable number 2. I bought Capable number 1 5 years ago, I think. So they're finally continuing that series. But the cool thing is, I bought it at a local LCS here, basically like a Kickstarter edition out of an LCS. And what's cool now with these independent comics now is their ability to go to Diamond and get their books in Previews magazine and allow people to pre-order them. That's big. That's big for the indie comic community. So shout out to Advent Comics for doing that. This is a book we've talked about in our interview with Sean Martinborough recently. The DC Power book. I had the opportunity to peruse this book in preparing for Sean's interview. There's some dope stuff in this book. I mean, I ain't gonna front. Like there's some dope stuff in this book, and then some of the characters they put in here are kind of cool. So I'm actually, I might be in the minority, but I'm really looking forward to reading this book and having others read this book and sharing our geekdom on it. It's got some dope covers.
That one right there. Ooh.
Let's go to. This is the cover A. There goes your boy Michael B. Jordan without the mustache.
Yeah.
This is Nubia. What you probably couldn't tell right here. This is the Spectre. This is Sean Martin.
Oh, is this a negative? Okay, so it's like a negative.
Yeah, because it's a negative thing. It took me a second to figure that out too.
Wow, okay. I never would have seen it.
Thunder and Lightning, Black Lightning's children. John Stewart. You've got N.K. Jemison's Far Sector. Oh wow, why am I drawing a blank on her name? Jesus. Wow. It must be late. Sojourner Mullen. Wow, that took me a second to remember her name. Sojourner Mullen, and of course you have the Signal, Duke Thomas. This is the Far Sector cover done by Jamal Campbell, who was the original artist on this book. This is a dope cover. I mean, his artwork is just phenomenal.
Yeah, I
mean, he really set the tone for that book.
He's doing great things over in Superman.
To be specific, this particular storyline is kind of like, I think Far Sector was 12 issues, something like that. This is like issue 13, basically, for all intents and purposes. This is the story of how Sojourner Mullen left the Far Sector and first met John Stewart. Because we never got to see them meet. When they had the Green Lantern book by Jeffrey Storm, she was on Oa with the rest of the Green Lanterns, and it's like her, John Stewart, Teen Lantern. Cruz wasn't there, but what's his face?
Simon Bass.
What's his name?
Simon Bass.
Simon Bass. Thank you. They were all on Oa together, but you didn't see them actually meet. They're just kind of talking to each other. So this will be the story of how they actually met. This is the cover that we were talking about a couple weeks ago. Shout out to Herschel for putting this out.
Yeah, I like that one.
This was the recreation of the 1968 Olympic Games winners. The very famous pose. And Herschel pointed out that these characters in the back, Black Lightning and Static, are the original Black characters, and they're in the positions of the 1 and 2 Olympic champions. And the rest of these characters in the front are basically Black versions of original white characters.
Right.
So thought that was very astute. I don't know if Dennis Cowan did that on purpose, but it's Dennis Cowan, so it's quite possible.
A lot of lightning bolts on the victory stand too. I'm also picking up on that.
Which goes back to the question: why do so many Black superheroes have lightning powers, electricity powers? Yeah. I don't know.
Descendants of gods.
Is that what it is?
That's what I'm saying.
It's all of us tracing our genetic history to Shango.
Yeah, the Dennis Cowan cover. You need to change the name of the book from DC Power to DC Power Company.
Wow.
So much electricity on the cover.
Did you come up with that on your own, Derek?
Maybe. All right. Hey, it's just Louisiana Kid. I know I'm late, but I finished watching The Marvels, and it was a fun movie. I don't know what all the fanboys were talking about. Glad I didn't listen to them. That's good. Right. Watch it for yourself. Exactly. You draw your own opinion.
Marvels was a fun movie. It was a fun popcorn flick. Was it the best Marvel movie? No. Was it the worst? Absolutely not. It was a fun popcorn flick.
It was a good movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So
I watched it with my daughter, and we had a ball.
Now, Paul, Amani, Frustrated had a response to Amani, and this one just had me laughing in the background while you're talking. The stash would make more sense than the glasses on Black Superman.
Yes.
It would.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They might give him both. Give him a glasses and a stash.
Right.
Groucho Marx type thing, where he just takes off the glasses and the stash at the same time.
Yeah. A question from Jay: have any of you got any issues past number 1 of the antagonist from your LCS?
Yeah, I got all the issues that have come out.
You got them from your LCS?
Yeah.
All right. There's your answer, Jay.
But I get mine pre-ordered and shipped.
Yep.
Pre-order.
FOC.
Yeah.
All
right. You gotta pay to play. So I included Dead X-Men on this only because, all right, for those of you who read X-Men, if you recall the last X-Men Hellfire Gala, there was a moment that was unprecedented where the X-Men selected their first X-Men team that had not one, not two, but 3 black X-Men on the same team. They put it on a big splash page, filled up the entire page. You had Sync, you had
Prodigy.
It was Prodigy and Frenzy. 3 black X-Men on the same team. It was a big moment. I was like, finally, I've been complaining and tweeting about Marvel, how I dare you to put 3 black X-Men on the same team. And they finally did it. I'm like, Marvel actually listened to my tweets. Turn the page.
Boom.
They all die at the same time.
Yo.
The whole team.
The whole squad.
And there goes the agenda.
And there goes Angel's starting to sound more like a conspiracy theorist than Herschel nowadays. So, but yes, there goes the agenda. So this book is about them bringing back these X-Men. Somehow, some way. I don't know. Technically, Sync, I think, was the only one who didn't die.
Correct.
Anyway, so I included that on the list. Empath. Now, see, I just said Empath was supposed to come out this past week, and now it's slated to come out next week. So it's listed here twice. This is the one you're talking about, C. Bizzle?
Yes, I've been loving this book from beginning to
It's
end.
a dope book.
Yes.
My biggest problem with this book is that all the covers are dope, and so I have to either decide which ones I'm not going to get, or I overspend and I buy all the covers.
Absolutely.
Either way, I'm not happy. This one's a dope cover. I'm trying to remember what's this a recreation
nice
of. I've seen this of. This is an homage or something, but I don't remember what it is. Any of you know?
Well, I see Strange Fruit, so that is a movie. That's a movie scene.
Yeah.
It's a movie cover, right? It's from a movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
But notice the Strange Fruit is actually clan members.
Yep, that's how it should be.
Oh, and is it Draper Ivy variant?
Yes, this is Nicholas Draper Ivy. This is a dope cover. Nice. I gotta find this cover. I don't know if this is the one I ordered. Because this might have been one that I don't think they revealed the cover back when they did the FOCs. But I've got to find this cover. This cover is a work of art. Really love that. Let's see. Next we have.
So Frustrated saying he thinks it's the Candyman movie.
Candyman.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yep.
Thank you, Frustrated.
Yeah.
Yep. One of my
Rich was here,
films.
He'd be talking about this book.
Philadelphia
33.
Speaking of which,
bringing in the Savage Dragon.
And we do have a question in chat. So why isn't Philadelphia bigger than what it is the question from M. Will.
That's a damn good question. This is literally the best comic book on the shelves. That's not even an exaggeration. This is literally the best comic on the shelves. And how Rodney Barnes did not get, what was it, the Eisner? The first year?
Mm-hmm.
I don't see how it's possible, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Between Jason Shawn's Alexander's artwork and Rodney Barnes's writing, this is, I don't have any complaints on this book, except I want more of it all the time. and you've got to wait that whole month before the next issue comes.
Is it optioned or no?
Derek knows the answer to
that. Yeah, there's been a show in the works for a while. We actually did a 5 questions article with Rodney Barnes that hit our website just last week, and he gave us some answers. Not as you would expect, not a full set of answers, but he told us about an actor that he had originally cast in a key role,
Andre Braugher.
Yeah, untimely. Unfortunate that he's passed. But Rodney Barnes did talk about that, and he does hope that there's more information he can share with us pretty soon. So we're still waiting. We'll reach out, periodically, check in on things. But we're definitely excited about that. But go to blackcomiclords.net, and you can find that article. It's really short, really quick read, but a quick update on that and a few other things. Paul has something to look forward to as well.
We'll see. We'll see. Derek, you can put the link to that article in the chat.
Sure. Let me go and pull that up.
King Spawn number 30 coming out. Sam and Twitch story.
Yep, that's in my pull list too.
Marvel Voices Legends. Should I say what's really on my mind, or should I just let it go?
I want to hear what's on your mind.
You keep cracking these cans of worms, and then just I'm gonna put it back on the shelf. Yeah, I opened it. Don't worry about it. I'm putting it back over here.
I keep catching heat because I share my thoughts.
So,
just open up the can. I want to hear this.
I would like for these Marvel Voices. All this is a general thing, not just attached to Marvel Voices. It's a generalized. I would like for the Black History Month celebration books to be meaningful. I would like the stories to have meaning and purpose, to expand the characters and not simply be here's a spotlight moment where we showcase this character. These are characters that we as fans complain we don't see enough of. I mean, let's look at this first book's cover, right? We've got Cap Falcon. I refuse to call him Captain America. There's Cap Falcon. You got Monica Rambeau. You got Misty Knight. You got Adam Brashear. You got Patriot. And you got our boy Ghostlight, who I was just complaining we have not seen him since his book ended. I don't think Ghostlight is actually in the book. He's on the cover, but I don't think he's in the book. I want him in the book. These are all characters who deserve spotlight. They deserve shine. And oddly enough, with the exception of Patriot here, these are all, and Cap Falcon, these are all original Black characters, right? Blue Marvel was created by Kevin Grievous, and Ghostlight, for all intents and purposes, was created by John Jennings. So that's kind of cool.
Yes.
But these are all characters I want to see in-depth stories about, but they're kind of relegated to 5, 6, 7 pages for a story, unfortunately, with a book like this. So
it doesn't go anywhere past that.
It doesn't go anywhere past that, and doesn't really expand on the character as much as you'd like, because it's not a full story.
So you're saying it's like glorified cameo, basically.
You don't want to say it's a waste of time, which is what Rich would say and has said. You don't want to discourage them from doing it, but it's really like whetting your appetite. It's like having a big, juicy, incredibly great steak, but they give you one little morsel of it and say that's it. That's all you get. That's what I don't like. It's teasing you. It's teasing you. And it'd be one thing if it's a teaser because they're trying to bring a buzz for you to buy the books that are going to come out later in the year, but these books aren't coming out. That's what frustrates me.
Eric Lee is saying, I see Elijah Bradley back as Patriot, but what happened to Rayshawn Lucas?
We haven't seen that brother since Black Panther 24.
Yeah, Amir says teaser leading to nothing is a waste of time, though.
Exactly. No. That's what I'm saying. It's a teaser that leads to nothing.
It's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.
It's death by 1,000 cuts. That's exactly correct. Great covers, though. Here's one by literally this guy's becoming one of my favorite artists right now, Edwin Gallman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow him, but if you look at every piece of art he puts out, it keeps getting better. This guy's artwork, it's like watching someone just come into their own. If you look at his artwork from a couple years ago when I first saw him and his artwork now, it's like night and day. The guy's he's phenomenal. I don't hear enough people talk about his art. I mean Deathlock. We haven't seen him in a while since Black Panther, I guess, his last time. Shout out to Sean Damian Hill, Luke Cage. I see you, Rodney Barnes. I'm still waiting for my cameo. Let that go. I'm gonna let that go.
I ain't in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I want these books to have more meaning.
So Paul, back to Harriet Tubman. Amani made a point. This is a note for collectors. So Harriet Tubman has a print run prior to Diamond that is more valuable, especially for her Kickstarter books. So keep an eye out.
I have the Kickstarter. Well, I don't know if it's a Kickstarter. I think it's a Kickstarter. I have the Kickstarter book signed by David Crownson.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What?
And then I think Frustrated was talking. This is on Philadelphia. What is really cool about this book is early in the series, Jason Alexander showed how he comes up with his art and inspiration. His art inspiration is so cool.
Yes, his for Nita Hawes, he uses his wife as inspiration, which was kind of cool.
That's another foil covered plate. Paul.
Who did Rodney Barnes say the little girl with the Afro puffs was? Was that his daughter?
His daughter, Brittany. I think Brittany, his daughter, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. This is a book that not a lot of people are talking about in the mainstream anyway, but I think this may be a sleeper. This is Moon Man #1, done by rap artist Kid Cudi. I have no idea what the story's about. It says Ramon is ready for a quiet life. Whatever went wrong on that failed moon mission, whatever happened in the missing minutes the cameras didn't capture, all he really wants is to settle down back home. But those missing minutes hold an earth-shattering secret, and with all eyes turned to him, Ramon will soon find himself becoming something the world has never seen before. I don't know what that means, but that sounds intriguing to me. Sci-fi with a black protagonist. So I'm kind of down. I'm kind of down with that.
Actually, I haven't heard anything about it.
No,
but
neither have I.
I might pick it up though.
This cover's crazy.
Yeah.
I know there was one exclusive cover. I haven't gotten any exclusive covers in a long time, but I saw that one. And
what's a long time for you, Derek, Mr. Flex?
I don't know, 9 months or so.
Come on, man. You ain't gonna tell me you ain't buy no exclusive cover in 9 months. I don't believe that.
There was one exclusive I did try to get in on, and it was gone in 30 seconds. 30 seconds after it went live on the site. And
this is the Sanford Green variant. This is not even. This is the 1 in 20 exclusive variant.
Oh, that's nice.
Hey, Gordon, we should have a Weird Fantasy 18 homage.
Here we go.
That one. That would be nice.
This is the 1 in 25 by Christian Ward.
Some really nice covers on this book.
The covers are crazy. Look at this one. Somebody was tripping on some LSD on this one.
So maybe you're saying Dennis Cowan. Dennis Cowan did a cover for this too, Paul. Have you seen the Dennis Cowan cover? I'm
still going through them. They had a bunch of covers.
Oh,
this is the Bill Sienkiewicz.
Oh, I was going to say that looks like that looks like some of his art.
This is the 1 in 100. You gotta drop at least 100 bones on this one.
It's a MegaCon
Ivan
exclusive.
Tao Rabbit exclusive.
Yeah.
This is Matt Wilson, MegaCon exclusive variant. So for those of y'all going to MegaCon next week,
I will be there.
Track down Matt Wilson, and you can get this exclusive variant. This is the one I really like.
I like that one.
I may or may not have ordered this one.
Okay.
This is the Nuno Pereira Stadium Comics exclusive homage variant. I
really
dig
like
this
that
one.
I
dig this one.
I gotta look for that one.
I dig this one.
Silver
This is.
Surfer.
I would literally put this as a poster in this movie room too. I dig this cover.
I agree.
And this is the Things from Another World variant cover by Ryan G. Brown. You can go on the Things from Another World website and pick this up now.
Moon Man.
But I'm intrigued by this book. I'm willing to at least buy the first issue for the cover, read the story, and see if I dig the story to continue to get the rest of it. What else we got coming out? I have no. Oh, this is a book called Ozuna. Ozuna Bori. This is sort of quasi black book. This has to do with a Puerto Rican character, police detective, Miami Vice type noir story.
Ozuna. Okay.
Well, I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
If somebody in the chat would like to see y'all guys' pull list, how can they locate it?
Go to leagueofcomicgeeks.com and search for the Black Comic Lords profile, and the pull list is right there.
I'll grab a link and put it in the chat. Really good question, Brian.
Let's see. I think the final book was Sirens of the City.
Love that book.
This is a fantastic series.
Yes.
This is an absolutely fantastic series.
Yes.
I find something new every time I pick up an issue.
Yeah.
Artwork's fantastic. Story's original.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this cover.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
She finally starting to show. The belly's starting to show now. This is the Chris Brunner variant. Art by Chris Brunner. Look at this one.
And it's from Boom Studios, because you know they don't miss.
No,
this is
really
the
good.
Carrie Randolph cover.
Yes.
Yeah. This is dope series.
So
very
so
cool
Paul, going back.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, going back to the previous series. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank now. The Moon Man. I guess is Moon Man #2. That Dennis Cowan has a cover for.
Oh, okay.
Well, let's take a look. Let's check out Moon Man #2.
I'm just trying to tag my wallet.
Is it Ramon or is it Raymond?
Coming for it.
I pronounced it Ramon, but it might be Raymond. I don't know.
I think it's Ramon.
I think it's Ramon as well.
So this is the main cover.
Shout out to Lonzo Star in the chat. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Lonzo.
Man, you came like 15, 20 minutes too late, man. We're just bigging up concrete. This is the D'Urso with art by Erica D'Urso cover. This is the Tuccini variant, Greg Tuccini. Look at the detail. Look at the crazy detail.
Yeah, it's nice.
Look at the crazy detail in this.
Yeah, I like
this looks like a Japanese manga.
It does. Very much
or an anime. This
NBA
is the
Live
Ivan
Girl
Ka variant.
Yeah, NBA Live Girl saying it's the first one based off Kid Cudi's real middle name.
Maybe this one is the Dennis Cowan one. It doesn't look like his art. But I went through all the rest of the covers and I didn't see his name on any other ones.
Mm.
Let's see who's listed here. Issue 2. He is not listed as
his
one of
is
the cover
covered.
artists.
His is cover B. Oh, okay.
What?
It's the one with the astronaut that's upside down. That one there. Yeah.
This one?
Yep.
This says D'Urso. This is the Dennis Cowan one?
I'm
it says
on
D'Urso.
Midtown. Midtown says is that one. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, let me check another place to see.
I don't know. We might have some mislabels.
It might be mislabeled. I mean, it's not the first time League of Comic Geek has been wrong.
That is true.
Moon
But that doesn't look like his artwork, though.
I found a second place that has it labeled as Dennis Cowan.
Really? So this is the
Wow.
Dennis Cowan variant.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a very cartoonish. I mean, if you can zoom in on that, this looks like this is like straight out of cartoon. Go down a little bit.
Well, he has a NASA shirt on. I like that. That's the NASA logo on there.
This isn't Dennis Cowan. Look at the signature right here.
Oh,
yeah, that's not him.
De Oro. That's
definitely mislabeled then.
Okay, I'm gonna check Previews World.
And he's not listed as in the list of creators here either. This is Erica also. She's the artist on that one.
Well, maybe he was meant to do a cover and hadn't yet.
Is there an issue 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I checked. They go all the way up to issue 4, and I didn't see it in there.
Yeah, so Previews World has the B cover as Urso, so I guess some places just have it wrong. All right. So hey, if you ordered it just because it's Cowan, maybe you order a different one. Or if you like Urso,
I don't see his name on any of these covers.
No.
Don't tell Herschel.
False fake news, man. Fake news.
Q Herschel, and the last name of the character is paying homage to Robert Townsend. Okay.
There's also this book coming out next week called Tuskers, which is the story of this seems very similar to a book that came out, was it last year, about poachers and protect basically black game rangers that protect the elephants from poachers.
Oh, wow.
What's the name of that book? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Am I the only one person who bought the one indie book from last year?
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name of the damn book. Anyway, when a merciless poaching militia threatens a herd of African elephants, a group of wildlife conservationists must risk their own lives to guide these elephants through a perilous 1,000-mile journey to the safety of an animal sanctuary. Written by Mark Gaffin and Javier Barrios, with breathtaking art by Daniel Govar.
That looks interesting.
Yeah.
It's different. If you want to get a little away from the capes and cows comics, this is a dope cover.
Yeah, I like that one.
I like this question.
Gordon's asking, was it called ARC art, Paul?
Yes, that's it. Thank you. That was the book that came out like a year or two ago. Basically the same storyline.
Yeah. Hey, we got another question. Have we seen the Blade number 8, 1 in 25 variant?
Blade, which issue number?
Number 8.
That's the upcoming one.
I guess it's by Pablo Villalobos.
When did it come out? Last week?
It was Blade 8 is last week.
It
came out January 17th.
According to this, I'm seeing a release date. I'm seeing a release date of the 14th of February.
Yeah, because the 7 just came out. I have that one. I have
Blade 8. This is Blade 8.
The 1 in 25, which I think is Villalobos. Look for the one by Villalobos. I think that's the 1 in 25.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, see, that's sick. I like that.
Oh, snap. I might have to get off this live and try and track this book down.
It's giving the Matrix vibe.
Hey, y'all in the chat, I need y'all to do some research and tell me where I can buy this book right now.
Well, isn't Blade 8 coming up? Because it
comes out
7.
next month.
It is come up. He's correct. It's coming out soon.
It's a 1 in 25, so you can't just go to your LCS and just order it now because it's FOC
yes, I can.
Damn, that is sick. I dig that.
That's kind of cool.
Covers. Blade with the high top.
Oh yeah,
that's kind of cool.
This is kind of cool too.
With the ghost.
Yeah, the ghosts. Yeah,
That's been a very good read, by the
man,
way.
Blade. Let me tell you,
Yes.
It's
It's
been a
been
very good
fire.
read.
there are books right now that I am thoroughly enjoy reading, and they go to the top of my read pile. Blade, Green Lantern War Journal,
Yes.
Black Panther.
Yes.
What's another book that's really dope? That's just unquestionably well. I mean, besides the obvious
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia that we just talked about,
Hmm.
Harriet Tubman.
Harriet
Hmm.
Tubman, yeah.
We talked about Acolyte. These are books that are at the top of my reads list. Those are the
Well,
ones that get read first.
but okay, but we had that discussion on, do you read the best ones? You say the best ones for last, or you read them first, right? That
I read
was
them first because my time is very limited, and if I wait, I may not be able to get to it.
That's probably why I haven't been able to get to a lot of my reads. I do it alphabetically. So
Oh man, no, man. You get to the favorites first and then the rest just get put away.
Alphabetically. That's
yes.
like something a serial killer would do. I'm a little afraid.
Oh wow.
That is way too methodical, dude.
Got told on.
so Paul, that Blade, the Blade 1 in 25, it looks like that's going to be $45 to $50 based off of what I'm seeing online.
Yeah.
Come
I can
on,
see
man.
that.
What's my price?
$50.
60.
Come on, Derek. Go find me a sweetheart deal. Do what you do.
I don't know how to help you on this one. It's too new. Are there any FOCs? Anything that's about to hit FOC that we think people need to know about?
Well, that would be a month in advance. So let's take a look.
Yeah, because we are all about pre-ordering. So
124. So let's go to 221. Now, I have not necessarily gone this far ahead and updated these lists, so not everything is going to be here. Let me just warn you ahead of time.
So we got Acolyte number 5.
Acolyte 5, Capable 3.
Shout out to Lonzo.
Dead Detective 4. So right off the rip, 3 Black independent books available.
Now we need to make a comment. Now we have Lonzo, if you're still in the chat, we have some feedback from several people in the chat who've said they've ordered Acolyte through their LCSs, and their LCSs have not gotten them those books.
Yeah, mine today said they didn't receive it.
So
they didn't receive any of my indie books this week.
So there's something going on with.
It's probably a Diamond thing, because I think that all of those particular 3 labels, I think they all go through Diamond. So I think Diamond must have had a lag this week.
Okay, but Frustrated has been for weeks saying that his Acolytes haven't shown up, so he's like way behind. So I don't know. I mean, give a shout out, give it a try to maybe Blerd's Underground. Go to their website. Maybe you could check with them. Find a few other people that you can order from online. Yeah.
We also have Green Lantern War Journal, one of my favorite books on the shelf. Luke Cage Gang War number 4. I think this is the final issue, right?
Yes.
This
is my
one
last
issue
chance.
left for your cameo, Paul.
I will be waiting with abated breath. St. John, issue number 2 finally came out. Did anyone read issue number 1 of this book?
Nope.
So it takes place in, I think, Philadelphia. And it has this basic urban vigilante guy. No real superpowers, but I don't know, it's just a quirky indie book. It was different. That's all I'll tell you. Scorched, Spawn 350. 350, that's a major milestone issue.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a key book. Something big's supposed to happen in that book.
Let's see. Let's read what this list is.
I don't remember what it was too.
A story 32 years of man, Spawn's been around for 32 years. 32 years in the making is being offered for sale. This industry mainstay title, the longest Black running superhero title of all time, has constantly outsold some of the biggest names in the comic book industry, will reveal to readers who will finally sit on the vacant throne of hell. Will it be Spawn, an enemy, or someone else hiding in the shadows? And more importantly, are any of them worthy enough to claim the power of the throne? This anniversary issue will give answers to all of those long gestating questions, and the aftermath of which will continue into the 4 current titles: Spawn, Gunslinger Spawn, Scorched, and King Spawn. That sounds like talking about the devil.
Pretty much.
Hell's Spawn, Hell's Power.
This cover's sick, though.
It is.
Bunch of covers on this. This one is by Todd McFarlane. I didn't know Todd McFarlane still drew stuff.
Yes, he does. And sometimes he does videos while he's working, which I love.
This is actually some dope work by him.
I've been trying to catch his whatnots.
This is Ryan Stegman. This one is Brett Booth, which was one of Todd's proteges from back in the Image days. I think Brett Booth was it Backlash, if I'm not mistaken?
Yep. It was back. Yep, you're correct.
Backlash. Jonathan Glapion. That if you had not told me this was Jonathan Glapion, I would have sworn this is Todd McFarlane.
Oh, that
Black and white version of Todd McFarlane.
Mm-hmm.
This is wow.
Legit.
Right. So yeah, I might have to add this to my own personal pull list just to have it.
Well, I subbed to Spawn. I have every issue since 2017.
That's up to King Spawn.
I have Star Trek on the list just because it's got a black lead. My favorite captain, Ben Sisko. My boy Mark said this book was good.
I read
Unnatural
issue 1.
Order.
I read issue 1 of that. It's actually pretty good. I just haven't picked up issue 2 yet.
Tell us about it. What's it about?
I can't even tell you. It was good when I read it, but that was months ago. Like if you go back, if you go to previous, you see when the first issue came out. That's how long it's been. This book has been spread out.
From what I can understand, it's almost like a time travel like alternate dimension story where you have like the medieval Earth and you've got this black Navy SEAL guy who's in this medieval planet and trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Is an evil entity that I'm trying to remember that they was the people in the medieval times were trying to go after. It is a very gory book, just to let you know.
Yeah.
I do remember.
My boy Mark said this was a decent one, so I went ahead and ordered it. I haven't received my copy yet.
Yeah.
Shout out to Styles So Serious. Thanks for joining us.
They was actually giving away issue 1 for free at my LCS.
Wow. I came this close to buying it, but I'd already ordered it. I'm like, I'm not gonna double buy books. I get in trouble when I do that. Because I went to my LCS today and it was on the shelf and I almost bought it. But yeah, that's our upcoming books. Thank you all.
Sometimes I give away comic books because I double buy them. I just give them away.
I have a box in front of me of doubles.
Oh.
That I've accumulated.
Yeah, I almost got a short box.
Perhaps we can do a little trade, Angel.
So,
yes, we can do that.
My fellow local Black Comic Lord.
Yeah.
Just quickly, I was going to give a view of this is the article that went up. So you can see we got some questions involving Philadelphia, some questions, or at least one question involving Luke Cage, a bonus involving Paul and Luke Cage. Yeah, take a look at this article. Oh, and then, he does spill a little bit of information as well about one cast. Yeah.
Now let's focus on that picture for a second.
Sure.
So Andre Braugher, may rest in peace, was going to play Mr. Sangster, James Sangster. But if you look at the art for James Sangster, that's clearly based on
Jason Shawn Alexander.
No.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say. Okay, yeah.
Stephen, is it Stephen Moore? What's his name? Something Morris. Hold on. Let me pull up his picture. Phil Morris. Phil Morris.
Phil
Right.
Morris. Okay.
Let me pull up Phil Morris's picture.
There we go. I'll put it on the screen if you want me to.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it. There we go.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
That
Yes.
bottom one. That
Especially this
You
one right
can't do
here.
them side. You can't do them
Yeah,
side
right
by
there.
side, Kenny. Yeah, right there. Look at that.
Yep.
Click on that one. Now
Yeah,
switch back to the other picture, the Philadelphia picture.
All right, let's go back to the Philadelphia.
That's definitely him. Absolutely.
That's who it's based
Yeah.
on. It's Phil Morris. So that's the actor who I think they should go ahead and reach out to, because Jason Shaw and Alexander clearly based James Sangster on Phil Morris.
But is Phil Morris capable of the comedy, the deadpan comedy that I imagine?
Absolutely. Did you see him? He was on Seinfeld. He played the Johnny Cochran character on Seinfeld.
Oh yeah.
Right.
He played the Johnny Cochran character on Seinfeld?
That was him.
Phil Morris?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right.
He could absolutely
do
comedy.
Yeah, take a look at that article. We do intend to continue our 5 question series. Paul and I and Angel probably need to come up with another set of questions for another writer. But if you have recommendations on somebody that we should ask 5 questions to, we'll consider those too.
I already have 1, 2, 3 questions for Eve Ewing again, based on the latest Black Panther issue.
And probably based on the last show as well, right? The was it? Yeah, based on what show was that? Was it Rich's show, or was it last? No, it was the I'm sorry, it was the show you did with Chillmonger.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
That was very
questions.
interesting. I know it's got you nervous, Paul.
Don't get me in trouble, man.
Okay. All right.
Where's the trouble actually coming from? I'm suspecting what you're saying now.
So basically the premise or the thought process is that, we're coming up to close to issue number 10, and issue number 10 is a point where you're closing out a trade paperback, a second volume, right?
You're just going to sit there and talk about it. All right, go ahead.
So the question is, this is where Marvel has a go or a stop or continue decision for the series, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
So that was the discussion that, Paul and a few others had with Chillmonger. You can check that live.
Fine, let's talk about it. I mean, you open the door, you sit there and keep talking about it. I'll talk about it.
This is what I've been saying.
So if you are a fan of Black Panther, or if you're specifically a fan of Eve Ewing's Black Panther run, you should be aware that here's issue 1, here's issue 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is the instant classic, by the way. This is a Black Panther key. 7, 8, 9, 10. Which comes out March 20th. There are no future issues. If you hit next, no future issues after issue 10 slated. We are currently on issue 7? Is that the issue? We're currently on issue 8.
Issue 8.
8.
So if these sales aren't good for these next 2 issues, don't expect an issue 11. Which breaks my heart, because this run is 10 times better than the last run that got 15 issues of pure trash.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but Marvel already released their April solicitations, and it's not
I know this, man. Why do you think this is a tough subject for me to talk about?
What you talking about?
I am fully aware of the fact that the solicits for let's go to March 20th. This is March 20th. This is the last week for books. See all these books, all these other books are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ultimate Black Panther comes out That same week.
2 at that point. Yeah.
Well, maybe they're just
Right.
making some space for
Number 2.
Ultimate Black Panther.
That's
Paul.
not how it works, man.
No.
Maybe it's just a little break. You need a little breaky break.
Oh no.
Moon Man's keep going. So obviously,
They did
there are obviously there are solicits in the future because I'm still going. Here's some more books coming out.
There has been books that had like in the big 2 that had a break. I remember Strange Academy had a break, so maybe there's just a break for Black Panther.
It's okay to have a break.
Yeah.
Nah, this ain't Philadelphia, bro. This is the sales.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to give you some positive vibes.
Great. We're now on April 17th. Here, a full month afterwards. Moon Man's still there. Here's Spawn solicit, Savage Dragon solicit. That's as far as we go. So we have all the way up through April 24th. And
So
it'll be okay.
A month after the last Black Panther.
Okay, so Styles is serious, trying to give you look. You know the rule, Paul. The same matter can't occupy the same space at the same time. 2 Black Panthers.
That's BS.
Come on,
that's BS. When Coates had his run, they had Black Panther, World of Wakanda, Killmonger was coming out.
They did.
Rise of the Black Panther. They had enough Black Panther books all at the same time. I mean,
but were they trying to capitalize? Were they trying to capitalize on a movie at the same time?
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to think about that, right?
Yeah. The movie was out, so it was like, we want all the dollars. Agenda.
Yeah.
Well, this is what happens when you get rid of. I'll go on my soapbox. I don't care. I'll charge you later. This is what happens when you say, you know what? It's only a mantle. We don't need to have the main titular character in our movie, our multi-blockbuster film.
Paul, do you know what Dion's response is? Well, time to buy Captain Falcon books.
Nah, damn Captain Falcon. I'm not buying any more Sam Wilson books until he becomes Falcon again.
So we got a question. Okay, change the topic. Question from Jay. Will Miles Morales Spider-Man 18 be a key? What cover are we getting?
Yes, actually, I believe it. There's some buzz about Miles Morales 18. Something big is supposed to happen. Let me pull that up. Miles Morales.
And I know we're getting a little shorter on time. We have another quick segment.
So let me pull this up. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Oh, you're looking at my screen. I can't tell what you guys are looking at. So it says Miles Morales, Spider-Man's landmark 300th issue. He's been out for 12 years now. Miles Morales in the fight for his life. Rabble has stepped from the shadows of gang war for a rematch, and she's sworn bloody revenge against Brooklyn's wall crawler. But this time, Rabble's out-of-control powers and desperation have her poised to obliterate far more than just Spider-Man's life. Don't miss this epic main story by sensational Spider creators and infamous, boasting a celebratory lineup of fabulous guest stars, twists and turns, and revelations that will send your Spider senses reeling. I mean, this cover A has his Rogues Gallery on it.
Yep.
Right? Not a lot of information on the. Look at this. They're not revealing
nothing.
The other covers that are coming out.
It's a secret.
All
that
these
cover right there
covers.
is nice.
This one right here, right?
Yeah.
This is like the one that he did for the Black Panther.
Yeah.
This one I've ordered.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the detail on this.
Look at all of the all those spiders caught in the net.
There's also
spiders on spider. Spiders on spiders.
But there's also a Granoff cover that's coming out. You're gonna have to see that one.
I need that cover. That cover is pretty.
If you go back to the list, to the overall listing of the covers, and there's
the
one of the ratios
aren't visible, man.
I know. Just go to the overall
insignia cover. This should be red, not white. I'm not certain why they made that white.
Well, it's kind of hinting to like the black suit or Venom, right?
Imagine if they gave Miles a symbiote.
It's coming. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
it's coming.
They're really beefing up Miles and his use of this power sword thing.
Because they have Black Widow with Venom right now, so it's coming. Everybody's getting a symbiote at least once.
So I'm going to be the positive vibe person again. Okay, so as you see right there on Miles Morales, there's no April solicitation for Miles either. That means Marvel probably haven't finished out putting their solicitations for April, unless they had Miles
Sure,
gonna go
just
on a
trying
break
to
too.
look at things. The rose-colored
He's
glasses make
patting
me
you
feel
on the
good.
back. Just take the comfort. Just take the comfort.
This
Okay.
Paul. This issue is $8.99. So is it like a double sized or something?
Yeah,
It
it
says
is.
76 pages. 76
Yeah.
pages.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
all right.
Yeah.
It's a big book. Honestly, one of the questions somebody asked on Twitter to Cody Ziegler was, "Are y'all going to kill Starling?" Because is that the big thing that they're going to kill Starling? Which I'm gonna have issues with for the reasons I told you before. The only black super love couple in an ongoing mainstream book right now.
Yeah.
By Marvel. And he quickly responded, "I'm not killing Starling." So shout out to my boy Cody Ziegler. Because I think we actually mentioned it. Did we actually mention that to him? Derek, you're like, you do realize you got the only black super love couple.
Yeah.
And then you also aware of that.
And you also pitched the Dr. Voodoo Strange Academy.
Which came out 6 months later.
Yep. Hey, maybe we need to follow up with him too. We have so many people we need to follow up with.
That's
all
another
right.
one.
All right.
When's this issue come out? This 18? March 27th.
March 27th. Yeah, we got a while to wait for that one.
But he's another one we got to do 5 questions on.
We could do the 5 questions. You send me the 5 questions. We'll get them out.
We got to start asking the community for the 5 questions.
Hey, actually, I did that on one of our shows a few weeks back. I didn't get any responses. So chat, if we were to send 5 questions to Cody Ziegler, then send us your ideas for any questions you want us to consider.
Yes. Questions.
Yeah. So Paul, how do we feel about going to the next segment here?
What's our next segment?
So our next segment is
Blerd covers.
Blerd covers.
Look at Dion's.
All right.
It constantly cracks me up.
All right. What did he say?
Is this your king, huh? He's supposed to entertain you, to lead black comics into the future? Nah, I'm your cap, Sam Wilson.
That's funny.
All right.
Make Falcon great again. # make Falcon great again. And it's so simple. Just give the guy a new suit with new powers. How difficult is that? The minimum, the modicum of creativity and Marvel.
All right.
It'll be okay. It'll be okay.
So for this week's Blerd covers,
you kind of cheated us.
What's that?
Being able to do these Blerd covers last show. You only did
we did them last show.
We did one cover.
We had 4 covers last show.
We had 4?
Yes, I did 4 of them.
Oh, I must have fallen asleep. All right, let's go do it.
I must have bored you. So first one is a warm up and it's quite easy. Okay. I would ask that the panel, because there's always a little delay, maybe the panel wait a good 10 seconds, and give the chat time to respond.
I ain't waiting
before you guess. Okay.
Oh, dag nabbit.
I know. All right, here we go.
Brian's gonna get them all.
No, I'm not.
Can I say it now?
Wait. No, 10 seconds. 10 seconds at least. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Can I say it now?
I'm gonna give our guest a chance first. Brian,
1, 2, 3,
what you got?
4, 5, 6, 7,
Is it
8,
Giant
9,
X-Man?
11,
there you go. There you go. Giant size X-Men.
Giant X-Men.
25.
Yep.
So
that's the facsimile edition.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yep.
I didn't realize
it says $4.99. Yep.
I've been making these small mistakes all week. So yes, I'm sorry, Brian, you didn't get it right because you did not say the facsimile edition.
Wow.
It's all good.
Wow.
Yeah, but for anybody who just who may not know, this book was the first appearance of Storm. So
at least our website has it right. It has the real one at 50 cents.
Yeah. The real one say 50 cents. If you don't pay thousands of dollars for anything that says $4.99 on it, that would be.
How much would it cost to get
Yes.
this book now that prices are down?
It's
That's a good
still,
question.
I think it was still at least a couple of thousand.
Damn.
Here, I'll do a quick look here.
I don't even have to have a graded one, just a raw copy. Hell, I'll take a low grade raw copy just to have it in my collection. To say I own one.
That's all I want.
Angel, you find this in your hunting through the dollar bins?
If you give me a list, I've come across.
Yeah.
Yeah, send me a list and message me a list, and if I come across something, then
Okay, so here's some recent sales. Look at this: a 7.5 sold for $2,700.
That is ridiculous.
That seems very low to me.
That is ridiculous.
Every time I see that price, and I say, "Why have shipping? I'm paying enough for the book."
I know, right?
No, it's called you gonna pay for shipping too.
What's up? What's up, Mike Carson? What's up, Mike? Same still at the price me. Yeah. NBA Live Girl saying I want to get Green Lantern 87 this year. Might be a good year.
Me too.
That was a big get for me last year. I was happy about that.
So then let's see. 2,281. Can't really see what shape that's in.
Yo, quiet as kept. This thing about the facsimiles. I've been collecting facsimiles.
I like them.
I love collecting facsimiles. A, you can read them, not worry about messing them up. B, I'm gonna eventually put my facsimiles on the wall.
Well, the facsimiles gain value pretty quickly. You get one for like $1, $5, and within 90 days it's $20.
Yeah.
Yep.
So don't sleep on the facsimiles. I like them.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's another 7.0 for just under 2,500. More facsimiles, an 8.5 that sold somewhere under 4,000.
Oh no, they can keep it.
Good point for
Mike.
Mike.
That one, giant size X-Men Annual 9.
I have that one.
Where Storm first became a Thunder God.
So this gives you a good feel for what the book is selling for right now. I don't know if I'd want that one. That looks like it sat in the window for a while.
It's discolored. No.
Bleach.
But a good point from Mike. You got to remember this isn't just a Storm book, but it's also it's second. Is it second full for Wolverine?
It's something.
No, that would be Hulk 181.
Second full.
Paul trying to start a fight in the chat.
Okay, but that's obviously also ignoring this one too, right? The Foom
10.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Why don't we move to to our next Blerd cover? So this one is not going to be as easy, but it's not too hard either. All right.
Can I blur out the answer on this one?
You get 10. Brian gets 10 seconds. A 10-second
delay.
You have 15 because he's our guest, Paul.
He's been on the show before. He ain't a real guest, man. That's like
he's our guest.
Yeah, somebody's been to your house 3 or 4 times. Like, I gotta show you where the bathroom is. I gotta get you a cup out the cupboard. He ain't no guest no more.
You'll be all right, Paul. Here we go.
I honestly don't know what
Paul, you gotta know this. You gotta know this.
Is Black Panther number 5?
Oh, it is a Black Panther.
Not quite.
Black Panther number.
This is a jungle action book.
Jungle action, yeah. It's the first appearance of Killmonger.
There you have it.
Yeah.
1972. Paul's year.
Yeah.
Killmonger.
This is another Paul yearbook, right?
This came out in 72?
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh yeah, 1972.
I'm embarrassed to say that my copy of this is astonishingly low grade.
I'm looking for Black Panther.
Reading it?
Black Panther.
No,
13,
I bought it. I bought it. I bought it in a very low grade.
Oh, okay.
Now I bought it back when comics weren't as astronomically priced as they are now.
Yeah,
but
it was still a low grade.
Yeah, so this was first appearance of Killmonger. Also got some really good art on this, on the cover too.
This was Rick Buckler.
Mm-hmm. A few other in the chat. Styles So Serious really wants Hero for Hire #1.
I have that. That's my birthday book, is the Hero for Hire #1.
And then Mike also saying Hero for Hire 1 is definitely more affordable now. So now's time to get it. Okay.
Yeah, now's a good time to buy all your keys. Honestly,
Yes.
I went on eBay the other day. I was astonished by some of the prices I saw for key books.
Mm-hmm. So
which reminds me, I'm gonna check to see if I won something.
So just quickly here, while Paul's checking for what he might flex in the future.
Flex.
So just a reminder, coming up in
counter
August,
offer. I don't want no damn counter offer.
There we go. Coming up in August, we have the Atlantic Comic Con in Norfolk, Virginia. So, go visit AtlanticComicCon.com to get a little bit more information about that. Start thinking about how you might block off your calendar to get over there. We got Darren Flood and Greg Burnham, who are really pulling all that together. So we all want to make sure we can support that. And as we've discussed several times tonight, it's so important that, if there's a book that you want to keep in your life, keep more issues coming out. Best way to do that is make sure you place that order before the final order cutoff. Because if I'm a comic book store and I get an order from you before final order cutoff, then that's an additional book I'm going to actually order and bring into my store. And by the way, that additional book might drag a few more orders from me as well. Yeah. And those few other orders might end up on a shelf, and other people might get it.
I need everyone who's a Black Panther fan to save Black Panther. I want everyone to buy every cover, pre-order every cover. Go to your LCS.
Here we go.
Pre-order every cover for these last 2 issues, please. I don't want my story. I want my characters. That saddens my heart, man. I'm kind of depressed about that right now.
It'll be okay.
Paul, you can't jump to conclusions. It might just be a little hiatus. Hiatuses happen. So,
I don't trust.
You don't trust the brakes.
You don't trust
the brakes.
Also, Paul interviewed Sean Martinborough earlier this week.
Nice.
So, obviously Sean did some writing for DC Power. So check out that interview. Paul, great job on, pulling that together really quickly.
Very quickly.
Very quickly.
Quick, fast, in a hurry.
I did that whole interview shooting from the hip.
And also, when you visit the Black Comic Lords YouTube channel, we've got several playlists. Obviously, you're watching right now our Wednesday wrap-up show, which we aim to do every Wednesday night. By the way, once again, thanks, Bryant, for joining us. Slouching and Couching, one of our regular
couching and slouching, gosh darn it.
Oh, couching and slouching. He's one of the regulars in the chat.
You got to say the whole thing.
But he's joining us tonight, so thank you for joining us, Bryant. So that was Wednesday wrap up. But on Fridays, Paul and Mark, when it works out, they pull together whiskey, Wakanda whiskey and Blerd.
There will not be a show this week, however.
All right,
Mark's got someplace to go, so I have to figure out something else to do.
Figure out something else. And then Real Talk with Rich, Sunday nights. I do think there will be one this Sunday evening. And then we also have our previous interviews. So make sure you take a look at our roundtables, our interviews, all those we have playlists for. So with that said, Paul, Angel, Bryant, anything else you want to add?
If Charles Stewart III, Artist Supreme, is watching this, we're still waiting on our outro picture, bro.
Yes. I'll be at MegaCon next week, all 4 days. I will be assisting Second Sight Publishing. We will be at table AA 171, so come down and see me.
I'm gonna need you to post that on the page, Angel, so people know where to go.
Oh yes.
And if you find a giant size X-Men #1 in a dollar bin, send it to Paul.
I think I'd probably keep that for myself.
See. Comic fans. So I love your background there, Derek.
Oh yeah. Got my Weird Fantasy. Got my Weird Fantasy. Got my All Negro comics. My Fantastic Four 52. I'm in good shape.
The Imperious Flex strikes again.
Yeah, it's my fake. This is my fake background though. It's not the real one. Hey, we got some Mike. MegaCon's a dope show. So, are you going to be there, Mike?
Mike, are you
going
coming down? Mike, if you come down, I will buy you dinner.
There we have it. So we'll get ready to close out things. Let's see. Oh, Kenneth, what's the Instagram page name? Which one?
Black
Our
Comic
Instagram
Lords?
or our Angels?
Oh,
I'm A for Amazing if anybody's looking for me, but I'm in Black Comic Lords as well.
Okay. Mike says he won't hit any shows until the summer. All right.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, are you going to go
right.
to Atlantic Comic Con? Are you going to try to go to that? We try to get as many people as possible go to that Comic Con. I have to figure out some way to swing that myself.
Yeah, me too. I just don't know if I'm going to be doing some overseas traveling at the time. Yes, Mike will be going to Atlantic.
Yes.
All right. Well, hey, I just want to thank the chat. I mean, we stayed at pretty strong numbers for this, niche within a niche within a niche space, and we really appreciate having you here. You guys joining us. Sometimes we we actually create the placeholders for these shows, a few hours away from the show, and we still have, the normal attendees to show up. We just really appreciate that. And thank you so much for joining us, spending some of your time with us. So, Paul, Angel, any closing thoughts?
Buy comics.
Buy the comics, read the comics, save Black Panther. Please, please, please pre-order Black Panther comic books right now. And let's try and keep the book from going out of print.
All right. There we have it. All right.